Hey everyone! Welcome back to Learning English with Smith and Isabel. I'm your host, Smith, and I'm super excited to be here with my fantastic co-host, Isabel. How are you feeling today, Isabel?
Hey, Smith. I'm feeling great. Thanks for asking. And hello to all our wonderful listeners. I'm so pumped for today's episode. We've got a topic that's super important for everyday conversations, expressing feelings.
Oh, absolutely. Whether you're happy, sad, excited, or just feeling meh, knowing how to talk about your emotions is a huge part of connecting with people. And let's be honest, sometimes it's not easy to find the right words, right?
Totally. When I was learning English, I'd feel stuck trying to explain how I felt. I'd just say, I'm fine, or I'm okay, even when I wasn't. It's like my brain had a million feelings, but my mouth only knew 2 words.
Haha, I hear you. It's like, I'm fine is the default setting for everything. But today, we're going to change that. We'll teach you some awesome phrases to express your feelings, whether you're over the moon or feeling a little down.
Yes, and we'll make it fun and easy, so you can start using these phrases right away. Whether you're talking to friends, co-workers, or even strangers, you'll sound more natural and confident.
Perfect. So, Isabel, let's start with the basics. What are some common feelings people talk about every day?
Well, I think the big ones are happiness, sadness, anger, excitement, and maybe surprise. But there are so many shades of emotions, right? Like, you're not just happy. You could be thrilled, overjoyed, or just content.
Oh, for sure. And it's the same with sadness. You might feel a little down, or you might feel completely heartbroken. The words you choose can really show how strong the feeling is.
Exactly. And that's why we're here, to help you find the right words for the right moment. So, Smith, let's start with happiness. What are some phrases people can use when they're feeling good?
Great question. Let's start simple. If you're just feeling happy, you can say, I'm really happy today, or I'm in a good mood. But if you're super excited, you might say, I'm over the moon, or I'm thrilled.
Oh, I love over the moon. It's such a fun phrase. And if something amazing happens, you could say, I'm on cloud 9, or this is the best day ever.
Ha ha ha, yes. And if you're feeling grateful or content, you might say, I'm so grateful for this, or I feel really blessed. It's all about matching the phrase to how strong your happiness is.
Totally. And what about when you're feeling excited? Like maybe you're looking forward to something?
Oh, there are so many great phrases for that. You could say, I can't wait, or I'm so excited about this. If you're really pumped, you might say, I'm counting down the days, or I'm buzzing with excitement.
Buzzing with excitement. I love that. It's like you're so excited, you can't even sit still. And what if you're feeling proud of something? Like maybe you did something really well?
Oh, that's a great one. You could say, I'm so proud of myself, or I feel really accomplished. If someone else did something great, you might say, I'm so proud of you, or you did an amazing job.
Perfect. And let's not forget about love. If you're feeling really loving or affectionate, you could say, I'm head over heels, or I'm crazy about you. It's such a warm, happy feeling.
Absolutely. And if you're feeling nostalgic or sentimental, you might say, this brings back so many memories, or I'm feeling really sentimental right now.
Oh, I love that. It's like you're holding on to those happy memories. Okay, Smith, let's switch gears a little. What about when you're feeling sad? What are some phrases people can use?
Yeah, sadness is a big one. If you're just feeling a little down, you might say, I'm feeling a bit low today, or I'm not in the best mood. But if you're really upset, you could say, I'm heartbroken, or I'm devastated.
Those are strong words, but they really show how deep the feeling is. And if you're feeling disappointed, you might say, I'm really let down, or this isn't what I expected.
Exactly. And if you're feeling lonely, you could say, I'm feeling really alone right now, or I wish I had someone to talk to.
That's so important. Being able to express loneliness can help you reach out to others. And what about when you're feeling tired or drained? Like, maybe you've had a long day?
Oh, I've got a few for that. You could say, I'm exhausted, or I'm completely drained. If you're just a little tired, you might say, I'm feeling worn out, or I need a break.
Yes. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, you could say, I'm swamped, or I've got too much on my plate. It's like you're carrying a heavy load.
Totally. And if you're feeling stressed, you might say, I'm really stressed out, or I'm under a lot of pressure.
Those are great phrases. And what about anger? How can people express that in a clear way?
Oh, anger is a big one. If you're just a little annoyed, you might say, I'm a bit frustrated, or this is really irritating. But if you're really angry, you could say, I'm furious, or I'm so mad right now.
Yeah. And if you're trying to stay calm, you might say, I'm trying to keep my cool, or I'm really upset, but I don't want to overreact.
That's such a good point. Sometimes it's about managing your anger, not just expressing it. And if you're feeling jealous, you could say, I'm feeling a bit envious, or I wish I had what they have.
Oh, jealousy is such a tricky feeling, but it's good to be honest about it. And what about surprise? How can people express that?
Oh, surprise is fun. If something shocks you, you might say, I'm speechless, or I can't believe it. If it's a good surprise, you could say, this is amazing, or I'm blown away.
I love I'm blown away. It's like the surprise is so big it knocks you off your feet. And if you're feeling confused, you might say, I'm totally lost, or I have no idea what's going on.
Yes, confusion is such a universal feeling. And if you're feeling curious, you could say, I'm really curious about this, or I wonder what's going to happen.
Perfect. And let's not forget about fear. If you're feeling scared, you might say, I'm really nervous, or I'm terrified. It's all about how strong the feeling is.
Absolutely. And if you're feeling brave, you could say, I'm feeling courageous, or I'm ready to face this.
I love that. It's like you're turning fear into strength. Okay, Smith, we've covered a lot of feelings so far. Happiness, sadness, anger, surprise, and more. But what about when you're feeling mixed emotions? Like, maybe you're happy and sad at the same time?
Oh, that's a great question. Mixed emotions can be tricky, but you could say, I'm feeling bittersweet, or I'm happy, but also a little sad. It's like you're holding two feelings at once.
Yes, and if you're feeling unsure, you might say, I'm on the fence, or I'm torn between two options.
Perfect. And if you're feeling hopeful, you could say, I'm feeling optimistic, or I'm looking forward to better days.
That's such a positive way to end our list. Okay, listeners, we've given you a ton of phrases to express your feelings. But how can you practice using them in real life?
Great question, Isabel. Practicing these phrases is key to making them a natural part of your conversations. One way to start is by keeping a feelings journal. Every day, write down how you're feeling, and try to use some of the phrases we've talked about. For example, instead of just writing, I'm happy, you could write, I'm over the moon because I aced my test, or I'm feeling really content after spending time with my family.
That's such a good idea. It helps you get comfortable with the vocabulary and makes it easier to recall in real-life situations. Another way to practice is by talking to yourself in the mirror. I know it sounds a little funny, but it works. Say things like, I'm feeling really excited about my trip next week, or I'm a bit nervous about the presentation, but I'll do my best.
Ha 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 ha! I love that. Talking to yourself is totally underrated. And if you're feeling brave, you can practice with a friend or language partner. Try having a conversation where you both share how you're feeling using the phrases we've covered. For example, you could say, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed with work lately, and your friend might respond, I get that. I've been swamped too, but I'm trying to take it one step at a time.
Exactly. It's all about creating a safe space to practice. And don't forget, you can also use these phrases when you're watching TV shows or movies. Pause and try to describe how the characters are feeling. Like, wow, she looks thrilled about the surprise party. Or, he seems really frustrated with the situation.
Oh, that's a fun one. It's like you're training your brain to think in English about emotions. And if you're into social media, You can practice by posting about your day using some of these phrases. Instead of just saying, "had a great day," you could write, "I'm on cloud 9 after spending the day at the beach with friends."
Yes, social media is such a great tool for practicing English. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how we learn. If you're not sure about a phrase, just give it a try and ask for feedback. Most people are happy to help.
Absolutely. And remember, expressing your feelings is about being authentic. It's okay to start simple and gradually add more phrases to your vocabulary. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel.
Well said, Smith. And before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap of some of the phrases we've talked about today. For happiness, you can say, "I'm over the moon," or "I'm on cloud 9. For sadness, try "I'm feeling a bit low," or "I'm heartbroken." And for excitement, you can say, "I'm buzzing with excitement," or "I can't wait."
And don't forget about anger. You can say, "I'm furious," or "I'm really frustrated." For surprise, try "I'm blown away," or "I can't believe it." And if you're feeling mixed emotions, you might say, "I'm feeling bittersweet," or "I'm on the fence."
Perfect. And listeners, if you want to practice even more, we've got a fun challenge for you. Try using at least 3 of these phrases in your conversations this week. You can do it.
Yes, and if you're feeling extra adventurous, record yourself using the phrases and listen back. It's a great way to build confidence and improve your pronunciation.
Love that idea. And don't forget to let us know how it goes. You can reach out to us on social media or leave a comment on our podcast page. We'd love to hear about your progress.
Absolutely. And if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to subscribe and share it with your friends. Learning English is always more fun when you do it together.
Thanks for joining us today, everyone. Remember, expressing your feelings is a powerful way to connect with others, and we're here to help you every step of the way.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep expressing yourself. This is Smith and Isabel signing off. Take care, everyone.
Bye for now.